Welcome to the Konglish Talk podcast, a chill talk show brought to you by some States girl and Korean guy living in Korea. My name is Leah.
And I'm DF. And today's topic is, where did Leah go last week?
Yeah!
I heard that you went to Gangneung.
Yes, I went during the Chuseok holiday. Oh god, I have a story.
Yeah, I know. Don't forget to follow us and set the alert. First, we're gonna talk about where Gangneung is really quick. Gangneung is a place of eastern side of Korea where you can see mountains and sea. So when you go there, the raw fish, sashimi, is really famous there. Well, I heard that there are a lot of cafes too, and there are a lot of things to play. Yeah, let's talk about that with her.
Yeah, so first I'm going to rewind and talk about my hellish experience on Friday. So, first of all, last weekend was Chuseok, okay? Yeah, like, the traffic is insane during Chuseok. Under normal circumstances, if you miss a bus, for example, like my friend and I took the bus to Gangneung. Taking the bus to Gangneung takes about 3 hours. And we took, like, a decent bus. Like, we didn't take a janky one. Like, it had Wi-Fi and stuff. The seats were comfortable. So we took a bus, and under normal circumstances, if you're going somewhere, like if you're going to Gangwon-do or something like that, which is the northern part of Korea, if you're going somewhere by bus, I mean, if you miss it, you can usually book another bus that's like maybe only an hour or 10 minutes or something like past that. Usually. Chuseok, no. Please, for the love of God, don't miss your bus when it's Chuseok, because either you're done, like, you absolutely cannot take another one, or the next available bus is going to be, like, hours later or the next day. So the problem with this is that we would have a problem because we went glamping, okay, which is like luxury camping in Gangneung. So I'm actually going to send a picture. So, for reference, I have a picture of the outside of what the glamping kind of like. It looks like a tent, but on the inside there's like an actual room, and there's like a little fridge in there, and there's a TV, and there's floor heating. So it's really, really convenient and really nice to get in, to go in, because it's the luxury camping. So that's great. And also, the foreshadowing vodka sitting there beside the
tablet.
Beside the Mario Kart tablet, is because I was sad. And the reason I was sad was because Friday, so we booked the tickets like in advance. We booked it for like 9:20 a.m. because the glamping, we were doing it only for one night. Because of Chuseok, prices usually go up. Like, in all hotels, glamping, pensions, like, all of the prices go up.
It's almost triple, right?
Yeah. So, basically, we wanted to utilize the space, is what I'm saying. And that's why we decided to leave at, like, 9:20 a.m. Because it would take us 3 hours. So, we would get there by, like, noon. We would do the barbecue, like, later that day, and just, like, hang out by the beach and stuff, you know? We get to the bus terminal, and my friend has been there before, and I haven't, and it's a big terminal. And we get there, and I'm like, hey, our bus ticket says Seoul Gyeongbu, so that means we should go to the sign that says Gyeongbu, because there are two arrows. One side says Gyeongbu, and the other one is, like, something center. I can't remember what it is, but maybe I can find a picture, but it's something center. And she's like, well, I don't really know because I took a taxi here last time. So I only know from the outside. And I was like, well, I think we should go this way. And she's like, well, I think it all goes to the same place because this sign says center. So she's thinking like center, you know, there's, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, I mean, okay, but I don't think so, because otherwise they wouldn't distinguish. We go the wrong way. We ask for directions. The woman is like, yeah, you're at the wrong terminal. We're like, and my friend was like, oh, you were right. And I was like, So we're like running. Well, I'm like she's booking it as much as she can, and she has a slip disc, by the way, in her back. So like she can barely run. And like I'm sprinting to like the other side of the terminal. We get there. Listen, buses leave exactly on time in Korea. However, we get there at like 9:19. The bus is already gone. That means they left at least 5 minutes early. Which is bullshit, by the way. They should leave at the exact time. And they were also closing doors on people, too. Like, there was this one bus that, like, kicked a girl off because they were like, this is the wrong bus. And I was gonna go up to say, because it was the 9:30 bus, and technically, it wasn't our bus, but, like, they had 2 seats open, and I was like, we paid for the earlier one, and they left early, so we should be able to get on that bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I was gonna tell them, like, why we should go on that bus. They didn't even let me get on. That could have been my bus. And they closed the door on me.
Jesus Christ.
I know. And so they drive away, and I'm standing there, and everything is starting. I'm like, and a couple of buses are arriving. We're seeing if our bus is late. Nope. So that means they left early. So I have a breakdown in the middle of this terminal. I like fall. It was all like K-drama dramatic. I fell to my knees and started crying because I'm like, our trip is ruined. Our friend, by the way, is on her way from Gwangju to there. So she's already on her way, like to Gangneung. So we won't be there when she gets there. So I'm sitting there like crying, and my friend is like, ooh. Like, I don't know what to do because, like, she's, like, crying. And everybody, I don't notice that people are staring at me, but they are. Because I'm just in my own world just crying. And this man comes up to me and he's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, because our bus left early. Like, I was like, 출발했어요. Like, our bus left early. And he's like, it's okay. You can exchange the ticket. And I'm just like, you don't understand. This is Chuseok. There's not a there's like, the next ticket isn't for hours. So we find another ticket that's at like 5:30. Which means we have to stay we don't have to stay at the terminal for 7 hours, but we did. Because we were anxious and didn't want to miss that bus. So we stayed at this terminal for like 7 hours, and I was very upset. And so was she. And we were just like, and our other friend was very upset. And she arrives, and we have to help her check in. It's a mess. But we finally arrive, and we arrive at like almost 10 at night, and we have this barbecue, and the men are showing us how to do the barbecue. Which, by the way, our one friend, like, she knows a little bit of Korean, but she doesn't speak it as well. Like, she can read it, but she doesn't speak it as well because she's not actively taking Korean classes. So when I get there, my friend and I are, like, speaking Korean to these men, and they're like, oh, do you speak Korean? And we're like, yeah, we can speak a little bit. And then the one guy just starts speaking English to me, and my friend is like, wait, he wouldn't speak English to me. And I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway, it was a time. But the next day was better. So the next day, we went to Gangneung Cafe Gori, which is a street, a really famous street. If you tell a Korean that you're going to Gangneung, they will recommend that you go down this street. And so it's basically just a line of cafes on the beach. There's like several of them, and they have amazing views of the beach. The air was fantastic because there's a little bit less pollution. So I have a picture that kind of like shows a little bit of there's like a longer line, but it's like a brief line of different cafes that you can go to. And then we went to like a brunch place that's there, and it was called long bread. So I had the salad. They had like, my one friend had the eggs Benedict there, and then my other friend had the panini, and I can't remember what is inside there.
It looks like there's a ham, tomato, and
yeah,
it's just like a BMT, not BMT.
Yeah, probably like that. I think there's bacon too. Yeah, and then I had like a grain salad. Oh my god, it was so good. It was grilled. Yeah, it was so good. I didn't eat the bread because, you know, I'm gluten-free, but I gave them my bread, but it's fine. And then they got lattes, and then I just got an Americano, and I was like, okay, sweet. And it was really, really good. Maybe I'm biased because I was there. But anyway, so that was really fun. We walked down the pier. We enjoyed the breeze. We were talking a lot. It was really, really fun. That actually made up for the day. But I really highly recommend going there. But it was a fun time. Aside from that part, everything else was fun. I enjoyed Gangneung. I enjoyed that beach. So yeah, that's where I went last weekend. That's why we couldn't upload. What did you do?
You know, just doing my homework and doing my stuff. Anyway, oh, by the way, for next week, we are gonna go out and we might bring a guest, and we're gonna see you on outdoors, maybe. Yeah, it's been like in one semester after taking a film in person, right?
Yeah.
This is all for this week, and we're gonna see you on next week. Ooh.
Thanks for watching.